You might think that you've seen it all, but trust me, you have not. The world is a big place filled with crazy things, and I, for one, am still learning something new every single day. In this video, let me show you 10 things you'll see for the first time in your life. You're welcome. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Number 10, birds. Yeah, I know. You've seen a bird before, but you probably haven't seen them like this. I feel like we don't give birds enough credit. I don't know about you, but I feel like maybe I take birds for granted. I never really stop and think about the struggles in their lives, like migration. Migration is huge. Some birds fly thousands of miles in the winter to get to warmer climates, and they do it in style. Birds fly in groups because it makes flying easier, with the momentum allowing them to use less energy. Sometimes birds fly in simple formations, but sometimes they fly in what can be only described as birds-nados. Okay, so the official word is actually murmuration, but I think I prefer bird-nado. Did you know that each year birds physically block out the sun in Denmark? The event is called Sort Stol, or Black Sun, and sees starlings flock in their millions to Wadden National Park. The birds swarm in the evening, resting for the night before continuing south for the winter. Each late September and early October, tourists flock to see the birds' aerial performance. It is quite the sight. So I think we can all now agree that birds are awesome, but does anyone find them a little bit scary? Especially in great numbers. Have you ever seen the Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds? Number 9, bleeding tree. Did you know that there are trees out there that bleed? You probably didn't, but now you do. There's a type of tree in South Africa that bleeds if you cut it, which makes tree felling seem kinda murderous. Looking at these images is not for the faint-hearted, but don't worry, it isn't real blood. The Pterocarpus angolensis, also nicknamed the bloodwood tree for obvious reasons, has a blood-red sap that oozes from the wood. It seems the macabre-looking sap helps heal the tree if it's wounded, so if a chunk has been taken out of it, it's said that the sap has medicinal qualities as well. Locals say it's good for pregnant women and for curing stomach bugs. What would you do if you saw a bleeding tree in the woods? I think I'd run in the other direction. Number 8, Welwitschia mirabilis plant. Have you ever seen a plant like this before? I'm thinking you probably haven't. This sprawling succulent is the Welwitschia mirabilis plant, an ancient plant that lives in the Namib Desert. Have any of you guys ever been there? These plants are typically between 1 to 1,500 years old, which is insane. If you do visit the Namib Desert, you might see these plants surrounded by stone circles. This isn't some crazy ritual or witchcraft. This is to discourage tourists from getting too close to the ancient beauties. Number 7, machine that prints roads. When I first saw this, I thought it was fake. But no, this is where we are with technology these days. When the Romans were spending decades painstakingly laying roads by hand, they never would have believed that one day humans would become so advanced that we could basically just rustle up roads by magic. It looks like magic anyway. In 2012, a semi-automatic robot vehicle called Tigerstone was released, and it's able to lay carpets of brick, making up a ready-made road. You want to see how? Well, of course you do. At the moment, the machine still needs around 2 people to operate it, but it's a whole lot easier and quicker than laying bricks by hand. Doesn't this look super cool? I'm here for 3D printers. It seems like there isn't anything that they can't do. They can be used to create dinners, houses, and even print arteries. Number 6, fish with human teeth. Today is the day that you first see a fish with human teeth. Most fish teeth look like, well, fish teeth. But the pearly whites on a pacu fish look very human-like indeed. In August 2016, pacu fish were found in Michigan lakes, prompting panic from anglers and local wildlife experts. It seems that the fish has been dumped in the water after presumably getting too big for an aquarium. The fish then began breeding, despite not being native to the waters. To find sheepshead fish, you would have to dig a little deeper. They live around the Gulf and Atlantic coast at lower depths. They're known to cause chaos with local fishermen as they bite down hard on fishing equipment. Fish with proper teeth. Who knew? Number 5. Popcorn on the cob. Okay, so I know that popcorn comes from corn kernels, but I never associate a nice buttery ear of corn with my crunchy movie theater snack. And I bet you didn't either. But check this out. It's an ear of popped corn. It's got my mind kind of blown. To do this, all you've got to do is dry out the corn, then put it in a paper bag in the microwave. Martha Stewart even made a video about it. Fun fact, did you know that over 1 billion pounds of popcorn is eaten in America each year? But this is the only way I want to eat my popcorn now. Number 4. Manatee mailbox. This is the purest thing that will grace your eyeballs today. Trust me. Have you ever seen a manatee mailbox? Manatees are often labeled as sea cows, which makes a lot of sense when you look at them. They are cute, they're squishy and friendly characters, but they're often overlooked by us humans as they live in the sea. One manatee fan out there is raising their profile one letter at a time. In the US, there's a house with a manatee mailbox. This isn't just any manatee mailbox. The homeowner dresses up the cute sea cow in a variety of outfits to suit the season. Here we have the hurricane season look, the spooky Halloween manatee, and of course, Santa's little manatee helper. If that doesn't make you feel better about the world we live in, I'm not sure what else will. Number 3. Aye. There are millions of species of animal out there and only a few of them are firmly on our radar. Now let me introduce you to the aye. Hey, kinda looks like me when someone wakes me up in the middle of the night. Aye-ayes can only be found on the island of Madagascar and have the funniest looking faces I've ever seen. These little creatures are actually related to chimps, apes, and humans. In local culture, they're a symbol of bad luck, which is bad news for aye-ayes, as they're often killed for that reason. These days, they're endangered, so you likely wouldn't even see one if you did visit Madagascar. The good news is, they're now protected by law. Number 2. 12-course meal in a can. Too lazy or broke to buy a luxury multi-course dinner at some fancy place? Friend, I've got the thing for you. Check out this 12-course dinner in a can. Disgusting or gourmet? You decide. You work from top to bottom, and this is what it is on set. Local cheeses, pickled Kobe beef, ricotta ravioli, shiitake mushrooms, halibut poached in truffle butter, a palate cleanser of pear ginger juice, French onion soup, ribeye steak with grilled mustard greens, a coconut crepe, French cannoli, and a hazelnut latte. I guess it sounds delicious in theory, but in practice, each layer is solidified in gelatin and looks disgusting. This feast was created by student Chris Godfrey for a project inspired by consumerism. He physically made the gourmet dishes, blitzed them in a blender, and layered them for the can. Would you buy this if you could? It sounds like there's a lot going on here. I just can't deal with the way that it looks. Maybe this is the future of fine dining. Like, for the rich people after the apocalypse. Number 1. Frozen cracked egg. I feel like most of you will have seen videos of people cracking eggs on hot sidewalks and frying them up in the sun just to prove how hot it is on that day. That's definitely quite a sight. Sure, but have you ever seen Minnesota's answer to that trick? The northern United States and, of course, Canada can get extremely cold in the winter. There is a YouTube channel called Minnesota Cold that is dedicated to showcasing just how frigid it is in their winter. They filmed themselves cracking an egg in negative 27 degrees Fahrenheit, and the results were insane. Want to see for yourself? Yup, that's what an ice-fried egg looks like. My favorite is the egg that froze mid-crack. That is definitely something I've never seen before. My second favorite video on the Minnesota Cold channel is breaking a frozen t-shirt. Who watching this video lives in Minnesota? And if so, are you okay? That was 10 things you'll see for the first time in your life. How many things on this list were brand new to you? Have you seen any of these things before?